going to be reading a creepypasta called The Three Friends Diner. I have actually watched a video on this on YouTube, and there's a link to it, so let's start. The Three Friends Diner. I assume you have heard about the strange discovery made at 918 East 3rd Street, a convicted warehouse located on the corner of 3rd and Weller Avenue in the middle of the Art District in downtown Los Angeles. The building is currently undergoing renovations. 3 weeks ago, construction workers noticed a foul odor wafting through the property, coming from behind what they had thought was a solid brick wall. But upon further investigation, it was discovered that the inside measurements of the property did not match up with the outside. There was in fact a 25 by 30 feet space on the first floor, completely overlooked. A secret room, so to speak, one inaccessible from any point in the building, inside the building or out. It was located at the far end of the property, along the wall forming the west side of Weller. Without permission, the workers broke through the wall to access the otherwise inaccessible area. Immediately, they were floored by the overpowering stench of rotting meat. Bandanas over their nose, they entered the enclosure. Inside, they found a nice 6mm camera just smashed to bits. They found film equipment all destroyed, cracked lights, torn screens, metal light stands folded like paper clips, cheap-looking framed paintings, and kit CG prop menus scattered like confetti, and 3 bodies. 3 decomposing bodies in a state too disturbing for description, though the term half-eaten has been thrown around. How the equipment or the corpse ended up there has yet to be determined. Neither the walls nor the ceiling were disturbed at any point. There was no sign of tunneling under the floor. 4-foot thick concrete floor. No one can explain how 3 dead bodies, people in a bunch of just random film paraphernalia magically appeared within a completely walled-off space. But it was all the more shocking for me personally due to the contents of a handwritten letter for me by a former patient of mine. Her name was Catherine, so she volunteered herself to the Marsdale Psychiatric Center, where I am on call psychiatrician several months ago, and discovery at 918 East 3rd Street. I'm no longer in contact with the young woman. However, I believe you will find her testimony, a transcript of which I have enclosed very untruthfully. Sincerely, Larry Serge, MD. Next part. That was just a note from the author. Alright, so that was about it. Now let's start. Just for the record, shooting Bella Cardone's movie at the Three Friends Diner wasn't my idea. I told her it was a scam and that no restaurateur in Los Angeles with 2 brain cells to rub together would have possibly charged us for a little location so photogenic. Again and again, I insisted it just felt wrong. I was right. Hold on, guys. Something on my screen. I was right. I used to like being right. A little backstory. I'm Katie, 21 years old. I used to be a junior at Cal State Northridge studying business administration and filming production. I enjoyed the phone calls and organizing the paperwork filling that most film students hate, and build up a modest reputation as pre-production guru amongst my classmates, as well as with friends and acquaintances who attend other schools. Bella Cardone was one of such acquaintances, and 29-year-old international student from Italy I met at a third-rate horror film festival. She had been employed at a TV station in Rome doing something, but dreamed of writing and directing Hollywood movies. She was one of a dozen, so most fortunately enrolls a year and a half into the 2-year master's program at New York Film Academy. She was writing her thesis script at the time and asked me to help the production of the short film. Her script was about a starving artist working as a waitress who gets dumped by her boyfriend and then has breakdown in which she imagines herself poisoning her customers and getting tortured, culminating in a series of flash cuts which she sincerely slashes her wrist down in the ocean. Typical Chinese grad student fare. We need to lock down 5 locations: an apartment, a beach, a park, and something that can function as a dungeon and a restaurant. The beach and park were relatively easy, and a classmate of Bella's agreed to let her use her North Hollywood apartment for 2 days. Another classmate, a quiet little guy named Sandeep, discreetly told me about an S&M store with a basement dungeon they frequently rented out for movie shoots. I don't know how he came to be so familiar with an establishment, and I'm not sure I want to know, but it proved ideal for our purposes, which left the restaurant and noticeably I don't even know. Okay, that's 2 things I don't know. Difficult ones for student and independent filmmakers. Guys, tell me in the comments what I'm saying wrong, because I don't really know, so please help. When I found a little French place on Craigslist, got in touch with the manager and played the broke student card, so he will grant us restaurant for a night for a little over $400. I was ready to sign the papers, get the permit, and move on. It was 2 weeks before Bella's scheduled first day of shooting, and I had a million other things to worry about, from liability insurance to getting to talk about Northridge underclassmen into helping out as G&E PAs. And Bella, however, thought $400 for a night was too expensive, and she remained convinced that she could find a better deal. So she went on Craigslist herself and placed a restaurant wanted for student film ad. But I put up a similar posting 3 weeks earlier. That's how I found the French place and Chino. And Bella received the exact same responses from the exact same people. Which one email from, I'm not gonna say. Oh wait, this is fake. So I guess I can say JPDG@me.com, which they forwarded to me. It read like this: leave location for student filming students. Restaurant in downtown Los Angeles, 35 Weller Avenue, 100 per day. SRP ND to this email. It will send you key pay on DT of filming. MST be December 3rd afternoon. I was suspicious immediately. 100 for a day of filming seemed to be a little too good to be true. There was poor selling and lack of contact information. In fact, when I tried to respond to the email, all I got was an error message. And then there was a key. The key turned up in Bella's on-campus mailbox 2 days after the email, enclosed in a stained brown envelope with no address. As if that weren't creepy enough, the note came with a scrawled note, key to 3 Friends Diner. I was ready to call it a scam and be done with it, but Bella thought we should at least check the place out. If it was real, she argued it was too good of a deal to pass up. Movies are expensive, and we were already pushing through her budget, so I agreed to go with her and shammed Sarazi, the cinematographer, to 35 Weller Avenue, which it turned out was in the middle of the art district. I have a love-hate relationship with the arts district. It's a cool place to meet a friend at her new loft. There's some nice restaurants and amusing wall art. Hold on, guys. I'm just gonna do some. What the flip? Okay, guys. So I just wanted to look outside really quick. And my grandma has been sitting outside. And now she's gone. Now she's upstairs. So, like, I don't know, but she never came in. That's creepy, right? Like, or I just didn't notice, and I would. Sorry, what? I didn't notice. I was too busy reading. Guys, I'm gonna be quiet. Actually, I'm gonna be right back. So BRB. Alright, guys, so I'm back. You guys might have already read it. I'm just gonna turn on my TV because it's really quiet and I'm not Alright. So, where was I? Oh. Alright. It's a cool place to meet a friend at her new loft. There's some nice restaurants and amusing water in the dissonance created by graffiti-coated trash cans, barbed wire, and smelly long lines outside the social services building, sharing a block with yoga studios, BMWs, and boutique gift shops hawking $80 vintage baby sweaters is ironically pathetic. Or poetic. Probably pronounced pathetic. But the streets are one way and parking is non-existent. I drove in a triangle for 15 minutes before surrendering, pulling into a 10 flat rate lot. Weller Avenue wasn't a street so much as a glorified driveway. A short narrow alley that branched off of 3rd Street and dead-ended. Large L-shaped shop occupied the east and north sides of Weller. It appeared to be a closed nightclub in the process of being converted into an art gallery. The blacked out windows were covered with torn, dirty stickers advertising shows long since played and bands long since broken up, and graffiti artists, the gang afflicted kind, not the Arts Foundation kind, had their way with the seafoam green walls and the ratty trash dumpster banded on the corner. The gray brick warehouse that functioned as the east side of Weller, 918 East 3rd Street, looked completely unoccupied. A sign hung in a window. The building had apparently been bought by East River Development. I recognized the name. My retailer father knew some people who had worked for that company. They bought old commercial properties and converted them into trendy apartments. Most prominent visual, however, was the mural painted on the north wall. It depicted the head and chest of a woman, face tilted eastward. The woman had tan skin, red ruby lips, and flowing hair in varying shades of blue, periwinkle at the tips, darkening to deep lavender at her scalp. Her eyes were closed. In the background, some distance behind her, was what it appeared to be an orange grove. It was an amazing painting, and strangely mesmerizing. If you looked at the woman one way, she seemed young and innocent, sporting a demure grin. If you cocked your head or blinked, lines appeared on her cheeks, and her lips rearranged themselves to a pouty sneer. I saw one door in Weller leading into the gray building. Alright, so I'm gonna stop there for like 2 minutes, but I'm gonna go grab something. So yeah, be right back.
How do you feel about gold? Because the light fixtures are all gold.
We love gold, so yeah.
Perfect leather Chesterfield. Wow. And the fireplace is incredible.
We had the original tile, so we were able to keep that. We wanted to keep the brick, but the mortar joints were very casual. So this was the compromise where we did just a little extra trim work.
I knew it was going to be great, but this is blowing my mind.
Dining room.
This is amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in an elevator.
Alright guys, I'm back. Also, You guys can't see my room. If I go into Snapchat, you would be able to, but I want to finish.
I love arabesque shape, so it's kind of this paisley arabesque.
La la la.
With a
How
little bit
much
metallic.
is this? Oh my gosh.
See that?
I love the color. The color is perfect. I love it. I love everything about it. Wow.
So we talked about what we were gonna do with the built-in, and unfortunately, the built-in.
Alright, so I'm gonna show you Snapchat really quick. Nobody add me.
Amazing.
This is my room.
The dining room had more space than I
Closet.
could imagine. And just having
And that's a
bar
bunch
makes
of stuff that
everything
is sat
that
on the
much more
ground.
effortless.
My dog's bed. Nightstand.
So this is the new and improved kitchen.
What?
Nice TV, large, fan, photo,
I went with
another
tall
photo,
white
and
cabinets
bed.
to really make it feel open.
Where's got my stuff?
It added some warmth with bronze appliances,
Oh crap.
copper sink,
Just
and the brushed hardware on the Blue Island.
like
I
on her
think that
face.
all the metallics in this room really work well together.
They're not all matching.
It's perfect.
It was kind of odd because there was a big island and then the staircase to the basement went down where the room of cabinets is, and we just thought it's so much more functional and comfortable and beautiful to get the sink back there in the window, and then the rest of the kitchen flows around it.
This is blowing my mind.
What are your thoughts on the tile?
I love that it goes all the way up to the ceiling. I've never seen that before, and that's amazing.
I think my favorite thing in the room though has to be the sink.
Is
Love
our
mine so
home.
much.
Yeah,
It's hammered copper.
I would do dishes there for sure.
Do you guys want to go upstairs?
I'm gonna
and
sing a random song really quick. It will take like 3 minutes. If it sounds like I'm saying 30, I'm actually saying
Check out your
3. For some reason, like I can't say 3. 30. 33.
I like
Third.
it. I love the
3.
windows, I love the bed frame, I love the rug.
Oh my
This is incredible.
Do you want to see the master suite?
Yes, please.
What?
Voila! I like that reaction.
Tree aspects, the huge bed,
Yeah.
the masculine touches.
White
This is
shirt,
amazing.
now red.
So cool.
Mom, no sleeping. You're on
This is a
your
really generous size
toes
room.
creeping around like no one knows.
This is incredible.
Think you're so
You want to take a
criminal.
look in your bathroom?
Absolutely.
Bruises somber.
Go ahead,
These
sir.
Tile. Oh my
don't
gosh.
say
On the floor tile.
thank you.
That was a bit of a
Heartbeat.
risk, I think.
I
It's a
do
risk
what
well
I
taken.
want when I want
Hand
to.
painted.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks
My
like it's been
soul
here since the
so
house was built.
cynical.
This is incredible.
So you're a tough guy, really rock guy. Just can't get
It's like
enough
3
guy.
times the size of our bath.
Just
Do you have
always
a
a
double
punk
vanity
guy.
at home or just a single?
Just
Just
my
single.
I'm
This
that
is so
bad
exciting
type,
then. It's
like your
life-changing.
mama sad type.
And
Go
there's
go for
more.
my time. We seduce your dad
The
type.
third floor turned out
I'm
really
a
cute.
Oh
bad
my
guy.
god.
Beautiful attic workspace.
Duh.
This is amazing.
So you can work over here. And while
Do you
you're
see how my battery is just going down and down?
working right now, but we're getting it
Plug in my phone actually.
turned out to be a really cool functional space. So you can Dolby off that in our workspace. This can be a fourth bedroom. So
Oh
we were
my,
able
oh
to
my,
take
oh my.
what's
Alright,
essentially just
let's
the
start.
attic and turn it into
Well, let's
meaningful
continue.
space.
It was very shabby. It was a very shabby door of splintery, untreated wood with a rusting doorknob and keyhole. No business name, no street number. This couldn't possibly be the restaurant from Craigslist. 3 Friends Diner, I guess it was called. How did anyone ever find this place? It was still puzzling when Bella and Hound found me.
Fitting our tastes more than this. But yeah,
Bloody hell!
a lot to think about.
Hound barked in lieu of a greeting. Where's the restaurant?
Perfect world.
Here,
Today.
according to my phone, I said. This will be. I'm willing to bet money someone is with us. Bella's thing didn't seem too concerned. Her eyes were fixed on the mural. So pretty. she exclaimed. "Can we film?"
How'd you guys like everything? And
I shrugged. "I'm not sure. We may run into some copyright issues. It doesn't look like we're going to be filming here at all, since we're not looking at a restaurant." Bella frowned at me and took the key out of her purse. She walked up to the wooden door. "Here?" she asked. "I don't think so," I said. "There's no sound or anything. I mean, you can try it, but I'm really doubting that that key is going to fit into that." Bella turned the key. Oh my gosh. I thought my TV just turned off out of nowhere. It's like, what the flip? Anyways, Bella turned the key and pulled at the knob. With a creak, the door opened. Hamd and I rushed to her, and together we stepped inside. Hamd scrambled for a light switch, and then the room was illuminated by a warm golden glow. We found ourselves staring at Three Fins Diner. It was perfect. It was a larger space than I thought. Hold on.
It was supposed to be 40, now it's going to be in the low 20s.
What you doing, kiddo?
Snow.
It's a cool house.
It's a real cool house.
Nothing. You take your clothes off.
So we got some cool stuff coming out of it. All the fret work.
That's nice.
The inside.